In today's episode of Value in My Toy Collection, we're going to value a ton of Smurf items. Hey everyone, my name's Chris. I'm a full-time beauty pageant director as my career, but in my spare time, I'm a huge toy collector. I've been collecting toys now for over 40 years. You can officially call me a toyaholic. Thanks so much for checking out my YouTube channel. My channel consists mainly of two things: beauty pageants, which I love, and toys, which I love even more. My dream in life has always been to own a toy museum. So it's finally happened. I've bought a building, and now I've got to move this massive collection and value it into the building. We're calling it the Toy Vault because it's an old bank building located in Crystal Springs, Mississippi that actually has two large vaults. So now I'm just going to make a ton of videos and value my toy collection. And then I'm going to make some where I take you shopping with me to thrift stores and flea markets and toy stores to let you see where I find all these goodies. So let's start this episode of Value in My Toy Collection and value some toys. Well, let's jump right in and start valuing our toys. This vintage costume is worth about $30. And then we have this Smurfette doll still in the box. She's worth about $50. We just need to straighten that hair out a little bit, girl. All right, we have this little vintage mushroom we put a Smurf with, worth about $2. We might repaint that, make that a fun craft project. And then what else do we have? We have just some regular Smurf plush. They're worth about $5 each. They're nothing fancy. And there's another one. We might even put those on our archway of toys coming into the toy museum. Two vintage Smurfs hugging, still with a tag, are worth about $16. I think they're super cute. And just this vintage Smurf sitting down is worth about $15. And then we have a Brandy Smurf. He's newer, and he's worth about $10. And then we have this tin box that's still sealed with a puzzle inside, worth about $25. Have this giant Smurf house that's worth about $130 in the box, and the loose one's worth about $50. That was actually mine as a kid, the one that's the $50 one. We have the large windmill play set, and it's worth $120. This Madam Alexander Smurfette doll, still in the box, is worth about $55. And then we have this little Micro Village starter set. It's worth about $45. Have this vintage pin still in the package, worth about $20. And then we have these vintage Play Pals. These are super cute, and they're from the 80s, and they're worth about $25 a set. We have 3 different sets of these. This one's really cute with the tree and the swing. I'd love to open it up and play with it, but I'm not taking it out of the package. And the little seesaw, they're super cute too. And we actually have a loose piece of a seesaw one that's probably worth about $3. Not worth much, but it's got a little bit of value. Have this little Smurfette coming out of a cake, worth about $30. Gargamel with his party hat on is worth about $25. This old Smurfette in the car is kind of beat up, but still worth about $6. And the airplane Smurf is worth about $15. The purple Smurf house is worth $20, and the green Smurf house is worth $20. And this cute little gymnast Smurf on his ropes of strings with the little hanger is worth about $15. Have this little Smurf sign worth about $3. It's just cardboard. This Smurf Lost Village book set is worth about $6. It's heavy too. All right, let's see what else we have. We have a Smurf coloring book that's pretty cool, worth about $3. And then we have these stickers. These are sheets of stickers, and they're worth about $4 a set. Can't talk. And we have 3 sets, so that's another $12 we can add to our overall grand total at the end of the video. I love Smurfs. It's one of my favorite toy lines. And then we have another book set worth about $6. And then under that, one more coloring book worth about $3. And then we have this store display little holder of lip balm. And I think we have 7 different lip balms on it from the store. So it's worth about $30 for the whole set. Then we have this little I Love You Smurf book with the little plush arms, worth about $10. A vintage Smurfette lunchbox, doesn't have the thermos, but worth about $20. And then from 2008, a Jack Smurf toy worth about $10. And let's see, we have this little Smurf milk jug from McDonald's with the Happy Meal box of Smurfs. And we have a couple Smurf toys still sealed. All that together is worth about $20. The Smurfs No Smurf Left Behind board game worth about $21. And then we have this little book, There's a Smurf in My Soup, with somebody's name on it, so worth about $6. And then we have this big Smurfette chic fashion doll worth $100. Have this wooden puzzle, it's worth $15. It's sealed in saran wrap to keep all the pieces together. And we have a little Happy Meal box worth about $5. Have another wooden puzzle worth about $15. And then we have this giant Smurf game from 1981 worth $30. We actually have two of them, but I'm going to go through them and make sure it has all the pieces and then probably sell the other one. Then we have this metal vintage Smurf tray in excellent condition, and it's worth about $30. We have Smurfette's little house in the box, and it's worth about $60. And then we have these watches. I don't remember where I got these from, but they're not too valuable. Probably, we'll say about $12 a watch. And we have 4 watches. So that's about $48 more we can add to our overall grand total. And they're not real vintage. Now, this is vintage. It's a Smurf belt, and it hasn't been taken out of the box. It's worth about $25. We have one of those little Smurf cards they would give away at the stores telling what Smurfs were right when they came out. And it's in bad shape, but it is original. So I figure it's worth at least about $3. I think that was mine, actually. Have this cool vintage pasta can worth at least $15. If it would have been sealed, I've seen some going for like $50, $60. It's crazy what ends up being valuable. Have some Papa Smurf cologne. It's worth about $6. And then we have some vintage Smurfette fabric worth about $5. Have this old Sweetheart Smurf box that's worth about $20. Some old vintage keychains. This one's holding a beer. I don't know if that's appropriate for kids. And then a baseball player, and they're worth $15 each. Have where someone painted this really cool Smurfette rock. It's worth probably about $5. It used to be popular to paint rocks and hide them for people to find. The fake Smurf books worth about $10. Those small books were so collectible when I was a kid. And then the ABC books also worth about $10. Then this big plastic Smurf, he's worth about $12. And then this is really cool. This is a Smurf Collectibles little catalog where it would show you, like this one someone had, and they filled it out and put the little stickers in there. But it would show you all the different Smurfs of that year, so you would try to collect all of them. And these are super hard to find now, but they're not super valuable, but it's worth about $10. But I just like to go through it to see all the different ones. I think I actually have most of them. Again, I'm just a huge Smurf collector, and when I see Smurfs at a flea market or garage sale or whatever, I still get excited because I want to see if I have those or not. Now, here's a sneak peek of my helper again. She is tired now and she is taking a little rest. All right, let's go back to our Smurfs. We have some box sets. We have the little lifeguard. He's worth about $25 still in the box. I wish I could have all the box sets. They really came out with some cute ones. And then this one, I think that's written in German. I'm not 100% sure, but he's kind of jumping over the hurdles. He's worth $32. And this one on the little scooter, he's worth $30 still in the box. And then we have a couple more. This one's on a little leaf skateboard, and he's worth about $25. And then the Smurfette in her car, she is worth about $28. And then we have a little Smurf on a little sailboard. It's worth about $16. And then this one's sleeping. It's so cute. It's worth about $35. Have this cool little picture frame we put some Smurfs in, worth about $5. And this little light that lights up fluorescent blue is worth about $20. This super cute little kid's plastic cup is worth about $10. And the graphics are still in really good condition. Same as with these vintage Smurf plastic mugs. They're worth $10 each. I have a whole bunch of these little pins and buttons. They're pretty new. I'd say they're worth about $6 for the whole set. They're super tiny. And then we have some ceramic mugs. We have that Genius at Work worth $15, and then the running mug's worth about $15, and the I Love Me mug's also worth about $15. The Smurfette keychain's worth about $12, and this little set of little primitive Smurfs, they're worth about $30 for this set. Happy Meal Smurf and bag's worth about $12. And the little Papa Smurf for President button is worth about $13. And then we have another book. This book's worth about $6. And let's see what else we have up here. All kinds of stuff. We have this big Papa Smurf laboratory playset worth about $32. And then this blue and red house set that's worth about $80. And then we have a starter set. This one's worth about $50. And then we have the green house set from 2009. Painter Smurf's house worth $120. Those things are crazy. And then the Smurfette starter set's worth $50. And then we have Papa Smurf's house, and it is worth about $75. And Smurfette's house worth $75. Then we have these little mini figures in their little packs. They're micro Smurfs, and we have 3 sets of those, and they're worth about $20 a set. So that's another $60 we can add to our total at the end of the video. And then we have the Pirate Starter playset, and it's worth about $50. And then the Smurfette set's worth about $45, and this cool vintage card game is worth about $15. Have these really cool vintage Dixie cups, and those of you that are too young to remember these are the little cups you'd keep in the bathroom to brush your teeth, to rinse your mouth out. And we have 2 boxes of these, and each box is worth about $25. They're really hard to find, but they're so cool. I'm telling you, the 80s had the coolest stuff sometimes, and I miss little Dixie cups. I don't even know if they still make those anymore. These are new, but we have some Funkos. The Papa Funko is worth about $25, and the Smurfette's worth about $25. Astro Smurf's worth about $28, and Gargamel's worth about $63. I have the little Smurf America cup that's worth about $15. And then we have this little vintage Smurfling bag clip worth $8. A little trinket box that's worth about $20. Really cute. Then we have a vintage bicycle license plate to put on the back of the bike worth $10. And a little plate from Christmas 1983 worth $22. Have a little notepad here worth about $3. And this vintage Smurf puzzle that's worth about $15 still in the box. So that was actually mine as a kid. And then we have this cylinder of Smurfs that's worth about $25. Then we actually have a couple of these. This is a Smurfs record player. This was a big deal in the 80s, and it's probably worth about $50. It's just a little carrying case and a little record player, and you plug it up and take it where you wanted to. And then here's a different version of one with red, also worth about $50. And then we have Gutsy Smurf on an ATV that's remote control that's worth about $40. And then you have this little play telephone. It's worth about $20. And we have this girl plush still in the original box worth about $30. From 1982, a mini measure pack worth $30. I think that was actually mine. And this little bag's worth about $2. Have a baby Smurf doll that's worth about $30. And then the Smurfs friends, we had, what are those? Johan and Peewit. Peewit, that's hard to say. And this set is worth about $40. They're worth about $20 each. But these were actually mine as a kid. I remember saving these, thinking they would be very collectible one day. Then we have this little Smurfette necklace. It's worth about $5. And let's see what else. We have a little key holder that's worth about $3. I'd used that for a while. A little Smurf pin. He's worth about $10. Very collectible. And then we have this little Papa Smurf ring that is too cute. That's worth about $15. And the little rainbow pin is worth about $15. Even these little things have value. Have the little school bus. It's worth about $12. And then we have a kite. It is worth $10. And then coming up, we have a ton of these little Smurf figures. I don't know how we got so many. We have Smurfette and Vexy. They're worth $18 for the set. And then we have these little, I think we have 4 of these packs of different Smurfs. And this one's worth $18. I tried to look them all up. And then this one with Vanity's worth $18. And then the one with the painter, he's worth $18. And then the one with Hefty and Handy, they're worth $20. And then I have 2 from the series that have the little mystery figure with them. And these are worth about $25 each. And then we have a Gargamel. He's worth about $16 with Azrael. And she's a little not proportionate. She's pretty big. And then we have these, I don't know if that's a ghost or like a water figure with it, but they're worth $15 each, and we have 2 of those. And then we have these clips. We have a Smurfette clip. It's worth about $15 still in the package. And then the Papa clip's worth about $15 as well. And then we have Vexy and Grumpy. They're worth about $17. And then we have Papa and Hackus. He's worth about $20. We have Smurfette and the Painter, and she's in a gown, worth about $18. And then Smurfette and Clumsy, worth about $20. And then we have all these. I like this packaging a lot better. It's very colorful, and it's more of the Smurfs color. And they're not super old, but they look older the way they did the packaging. And we have 10 different sets of these, and these are all worth about $15 a set. So that's about another $150 we can add to our grand total. I have so many toys. I don't think I'm going to be able to display every single toy in the toy museum. Some of them are going to be stacked behind other toys. And maybe what I can do is rotate them every now and then so people can see different things if they come in the toy museum. But I really need like a warehouse building because I have so many toys. But I bought a bank building, and I'm going to make it work because it was a really good price. And it's right on Main Street in this small town in Mississippi called Crystal Springs. It's actually the town I grew up in. So I'm actually really excited to bring something like this to the town. We have a couple of the display pieces we're going to build a little Smurf Village with. This little stand made out of twigs and limbs. Really cool. It's worth about $10. And then we have all this miscellaneous flowers and little mushrooms. And we're just going to get styrofoam and just put them everywhere and make it look like this Smurf Village is hidden. All that's worth about $10. It's not really valuable. The little candles are worth about $1 each, so that's about $5 worth of candles. And the little fake grass is worth about $3. And then these little metal sculpture mushrooms are worth at least $4 each. These are super cute. I love those. And then some little fake water. And these little mushroom picks are worth about $1 each. These are super cute. And then the pencil sharpeners are worth $1 each. And then this big glass mushroom, that's got to be worth about $5. That's pretty heavy. And then some more little flowers worth a couple dollars, a little dollar light. And then all those little trees, $2 each. And then this giant Papa Smurf we have is worth about $20. So with our previous 362 videos of value in my toy collection, our total was $900,479. And then when we add this video of all of our Smurf toys, we can add another $3,602 to that overall grand total. So that means our overall grand total for episode 363 of Value in My Toy Collection is, drumroll please, a big old whopping $904,081. And I've got a ton of videos left to make, so I'm hoping my toy collection is going to be worth $1 million. I really want to say I have $1 million toy collection, but remember, I'm not a millionaire. I've just been saving these toys all my life, going to thrift stores and flea markets, garage sales, toy stores, and looking online, and it's just accumulated to this big old total. So guys, thank you so much for watching. I hope you're enjoying these videos as much as I am making them. I like to see what I have and what it's actually worth. And it's just been on bookshelves for years collecting dust. So it's kind of like Christmas, going through everything and finding everything anew. And I'm also putting all the toys on Facebook. Our page is called the Toy Vault of Mississippi, so definitely check it out. And until our next video, we will see you then.